On today's episode, we talk CJI conspiracy theories,
I'm coming on stage,
listener questions, and a little discussion about the future of McKenzie, Dern, and CGI.
and how ADCC can get the final laugh over CJI. Let's get sticky.
Welcome back to the pod. Matt, it's been a weird week.
It's been a weird week. It has been a weird week. How was your week?
Work was good. Family's great. I had my 5-year wedding anniversary yesterday.
Nice.
Together 9, married 5.
I know Kenny's got an OG life because this guy's like, I'm like, what are you doing, dude? He's like, watching the fights. I'm like, bro, it's your anniversary? He's like, yeah. We're watching Pierre head kick this guy real quick.
The wife likes fights. She started doing like kickboxing, like private lessons. And for like a couple months now. And now she's like all into like watching.
Slip the jab.
Yeah. She's I see what he did there. And she's like,
cross.
She knows more about striking than I do. So she's breaking it down to me. I'm like,
off the center line.
Yeah. Like about a week ago, we were like it was like a Wednesday night and we were watching, old like Buakaw fights, in bed till like fucking 9:30, 10 o'clock at night till she passed out.
Just falling asleep to Muay Thai music.
Yeah.
She just wears one of the headbands. Wendy's just fucking wearing one of those fucking headbands around her head.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been cool. Yeah, I don't know. Life's I got no complaints. Training's been good. It's been hot, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a struggle. Like literally driving to classroom, just like
it's tough being in a gi.
Yeah.
In the summer.
Yeah.
Especially when you know summer promotions is coming. Well, you just had it, so now you're like, oh
yeah.
You'll see a lot of guys just disappearing and showing up to no gi only.
We're only doing no gi once a week right now. I feel like he just opened up no gi to like little kids, like the under 7s. So I think I wouldn't be shocked if he switched it up to no-gi twice a week at some point.
Thought.
Yeah. And the no-gi class is growing a little bit too. I think people are getting more interested in it. So
yeah. My week, I've been through some shit.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh, this guy's gonna come over here and make some dick jokes and whatever. But yeah, dad in the hospital again. Freaking big fines on my threatening me because of my dad, like a whole lot of personal stuff going on. But like, you just got to battle through the personal stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's a test. I feel like I'm going through a test. Like, I'll get through this and I'll reward you with this. I'm like, man, I sure hope, I'm like, because I'm doing all this stuff, So yeah, currently dad in the hospital. And yeah, me and my dad don't have a great relationship, but I still have love for the guy. He's my dad. So I've been dealing with that. I've been in Hemet, code enforcement down there at his house. A lot of crazy stuff going on down there. Bunch of tweaker dudes, like just like squatting on the property. Like,
is he okay with this, or is it just like he's none the wiser kind of a thing?
My dad has always had a bunch of dudes that shouldn't be at his house hanging out at his house.
Right.
But, now that he's sick, these people are just taking advantage of him. So
right.
So it's been it's been kind of a crazy week. I've been down there, missed a lot of work, paid for some stuff, paid for some lawyer advice when I don't have, my insurance doesn't cover that because it's not about me.
Right.
Cost me a couple G's for nothing. Stuff like that. But yeah, get through it. I'm here, and I'm ready to talk about funny stuff. So let's get into it. Welcome everybody. Let's get this thing moving.
Greasing the wheels here.
Get out of here. This past week was some bullshit. Let's go.
Start it over. So, CJI has released some new roster updates. They haven't completed either of the rosters yet. I think there's still one spot left for the under 88 kilos, and there's still 2 or 3 left for the over 88 kilos. But they've added in a couple of like high level collegiate Olympic wrestlers.
Hey, boys.
Well, here's what. Okay. ADCC didn't used to be a jiu-jitsu competition.
Right.
It was a grappling competition. The whole basis of it was, let's take the best sambo guys. Let's take the best wrestlers. Let's take the best catch wrestlers. Let's take the best jiu-jitsu guys. We'll make a rule set that doesn't favor anybody in particular. Hence the reason I'm not super sure how familiar with the ADCC rule set, but how they can't sit guard within the first 5 minutes of the 10-minute match.
Right.
You got to go down with a takedown kind of a thing. So it forces you to start standing and fight for your spot. And the rule set hasn't changed, but I really feel like it's just been dominated by jiu-jitsu guys the last 10 plus
Well, the
years.
submission factor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But there's submissions in sambo and stuff like
these
that.
wrestlers are going to come in wearing shoes.
No.
So they're going to be barefoot. So they're not used to
Right.
grappling barefoot. Most wrestlers are in their shoes, right? So you're going to get your double, and then they're going to get your foot ripped out of your fucking ass.
Right.
Like, I hope these guys got some leg attack defense.
Right. Well, I think in general, wrestlers are really good at controlling the body. I think the thing, it's weird because wrestling's not really viewed as a martial art by the overwhelming public. It's just a sport,
Mm-hmm. It is a martial art.
I completely agree. I think that you are doing people that learn wrestling from childhood through high school through college. You're doing them a disservice by not teaching them finishes.
You know how hard it is to land a single leg,
Right?
on somebody.
Right.
You know how
Right.
hard it is to
And they're
explode,
so good at it.
just to grab the leg whenever you want and freaking
Right.
run the pipe or whatever. It's freaking hard.
Yeah.
Not easy.
So I wish that became more of a thing. I wish that these, even because, there's high school wrestling, then there's wrestling clubs outside of that, which is like going to a jiu-jitsu gym kind of a thing. And then you do that in the off season. And then you work into collegiate spots and things like that. So I wish the wrestling clubs at minimum, because maybe the high schools are like, oh, can't teach a martial art, because that would be. But I wish the wrestling clubs would teach some submissions. And
So
whatnot.
does CGI's overtime rules as EBI?
I don't know.
Or
I
do
don't
they?
know.
Can,
I don't think they've really.
The 10-9 must, 10-8 must system, right?
Yeah.
So they can go ref's decision on it?
Yes.
Because if that's the case, then someone like Bo Nickel might do very, very well.
Right.
Because he's been versed in MMA and submission game.
Right.
So he might know enough to not get caught in some bullshit and just absolutely
Dominate and
ragdoll
control.
the wrestling and control and just win the whole fucking thing.
On takedowns and control.
Takedowns and control.
5
Don't
rounds.
get caught in my stuff.
Because it is
Take
rounds. Yes.
It's rounds.
Yeah.
So like
3 rounds.
he could
whatever.
just point everybody and take that millie.
Yeah.
Like if they said, oh, Bo Nickel's in the, I'm like, oh,
Yeah. That could be some shit.
like I would have sauld the same thing about Ben Askren maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But like not obviously not now, a little long in the tooth, a little long in the curls, But I would have said, if Bo Nickel entered CGI,
Yeah.
I'd be, and you could bet on it, I'd put some money on that.
Yeah. I think we've seen some recent pictures
Mhm.
on his own Instagram of Rockhold training with Almeida.
Yeah.
Maldonado.
Yeah, Maldonado.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Luke's always been a checkmat guy, kind of.
Really? I didn't know that.
He's came in visit Dan's a couple times back in the day.
Okay.
Leo's brother was the black belt coach at AKA.
Okay.
So, even DC got a black belt under Leo's brother.
Oh, no shit.
So, like, they're all up there.
Gotcha.
That's the jiu-jitsu program. So, that's why Rockhold's got such a tight niche, too.
Oh.
Hey, who's spamming me with memes, Kenny?
I don't know. What page? Clearly they listen. So Checkmat Cheeseman, who are you?
Checkmat Cheeseman. Who? Yeah, I don't know who it is. But if you're only following 10 people,
Yeah. No followers.
and this is my social media detectiveness.
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever I create a Facebook account or Instagram or whatever, you always follow yourself.
Right.
Don't give yourself a little pug. So this count only following 10 people.
Right.
So I'm thinking like, it's got to be one of those 10. And one of those 10s was like Adam Orzinski. It ain't him.
Yeah.
It's like some like legit dudes, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It's like all black belts,
And Kenny.
and then me. And trust me, I don't have time to run another fucking Instagram account, so it's not me. It is weird that I'm the only not black belt there.
The meme was okay.
Yeah. It was there was some effort put into that. That wasn't a quick little like.
No, that took some time. You bubbled it. You did all that stuff. Like, you know, from a meme guy myself, it was good. But that's what I've been wanting to expect. I'm hoping for like authenticity of it. That just means we're starting to reach a little bit.
Right.
I don't have to make all the memes. You guys are making them for me. We're cooking.
I think it's neat about the Discord that there's people that we're starting to like learn our audience. You know, we're now getting a direct communication with our audience outside of like a DM stance. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I mean I don't know how. I mean I assume with 85,000+ followers, your DMs have to be vast and just.
I want to give a shout out to what's his name, Johan.
Yes.
A man putting work in for us on the Discord.
Yeah.
And I don't think he deserved. We haven't gave him a proper shout out.
Yeah.
But the BJJ Balance Discord is, like Kenny is saying, a very good place to contact us. And he's kind of like one of the controllers of it.
Yeah. He's one of he's an admin. And
he's doing fantastic job. So shout out to you on the pod, my man.
Yeah, it's keeping it. The Discord's organized. It's becoming more and more active. There's days the pod drop days. Tuesdays are usually pretty busy in there because everybody's listening to the pod and kind of giving their take and their feedback on it. Saturdays, fight nights. Anytime there's UFC stuff or like big jiu-jitsu matches and whatnot, people are usually pretty active in the Discord talking about them, giving their takes and whatnot. People are getting more active in verdict, posting their verdict. Post in there and whatnot. So it's neat. Discord's been fun. It's been growing. So joining on the fun. I keep seeing people that comment on the IG posts and whatnot. I see their names are now starting to drop into the Discord, whether they're creating Discord accounts to get in on it or already had one and just kind of now stumbling across the Discord. But it's been cool.
It's just like a natural growth, which is cool.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of cool about our whole thing is it's just authentically built.
Yeah.
You'll see other things where it's like this, and all of a sudden, you know, you're like, it makes no sense.
Right. Yeah. Skyrocket out of nowhere. If you've got like
I guess if I popped out that O's Nation sex tape, you know, we might lose some followers because, you know, you could fit that thing on an Instagram reel.
Unedited.
90 seconds, dude. And that's not counting taking my shoes off. And I wear sandals. But, you know, like seriously, like it's a bit authentic growth, you know. And so I'm really happy with the way things are going.
It's neat to see people because there's like an introduction section so people can kind of introduce themselves, where they're from, what belt they are, that kind of a thing. And you'll see other people be like, "Oh, you're from Florida? Like what part?" And it's like I think there's over time there's going to be connections, like genuine connections, and there's going to be people that now start cross training or just kind of like, you know, hey, let's meet up at an open mat or so what. And
I met my wife at a BJJ Balance Discord.
That will happen someday. There's going to be a couple in a marriage that's going to be
looking for a purple belt and they'll just bring him in.
Yeah.
Let's have a threesome. Because we get sticky like that in the BJJ Balance podcast. We don't. Me and Kenny personally don't. But the Discord is on fire. They fucking they're a bunch of weirdos in there. And we're proud of them. There are weirdos.
They are weirdos. It's a community that I'm stoked that's starting to develop.
Did you hear about the conspiracy?
No.
So I heard this, you know, late night on the internet, so it's definitely not true. But I heard that CJI.
Was this just like a random conversation you got into, or like somebody you know, like kind of dropping some knowledge?
I heard someone talking about it, and then I was like on a Reddit thing.
Oh, okay.
And then I was just kind of like, you know,
Reddit gets deep.
It was late night, and I was just like, okay, you know. So I was like, what's this all about? So CJI and ADCC and Who's Number One are in conspiracy with each other. They're all helping each other. And then who's number one is going to have super fights of the winners of both and rake in the cash. But I know that's crap because why would ADC's giving up a lot?
Yeah.
It's not a fair give up. It's not like we signed so and so and we got the Rotolos and if it was like,
unless there's a merger afterwards.
Yeah.
If a merger happens after the CJI and all of a sudden ADCC says, "Hey, we merged with CJI. The investor for the $1 million is coming with it. We're gonna have $1 million grand prize next year for each of the major weight classes, but it's under one banner now." I will fall into a believer of this conspiracy. So,
what if so CGI is done. And if you guys know me personally, your boy is a wrestling fake stuff mark. I still watch it. I've been watching it since I was 5. I'm really into this stuff, okay? What if it goes all 1997, Gordon Ryan just wins his ADCC shit, and he, via Who's Number One camera, they follow him to the CGI event. He walks in
and challenges,
walks onto the mat and says, "I got $1 million," and to the winner and says, "My $1 million versus your $1 million." That is the gangsterest move that he could do.
Yeah.
Now, is CGI going to go WCW and not let him in the building? Because that's what WCW did to WWE back in the day. Right. Or it was WWF at the time. Gordon walks in with $1 million in his own bag, puts it down and says, "My $1 million versus your $1 million." 100% that $1 million who won CGI is going to turn that fight down. He's like, no, I can't. Gordon walks out looking like a huge ass, like
a G. Yeah.
And saves the face and saves ADCC and his big dogs everybody and walks out and everybody talks about Gordon Ryan puts $1 million versus their $1 million and the winner of CGI turns it down.
That would be like one of those.
That would be an amazing moment. I just thought of that right now.
I was into wrestling as a child. I banded it in probably like my 10, 11-year-old age. But I do remember late 80s, early 90s wrestling events. And there's a point where the heel can still act like the heel, but he almost turns into the hero. Mm-hmm. And I could see something like that. Like that's how that would appear. He comes in there, big dicks it, and walks away just absolute savage. And then everybody's just like, "Oh shit." You know what I mean? Like I could see that.
Look at, because the CGI winner's gonna turn that down.
Yeah.
You're not going to risk $1 million to fight Gordon Ryan.
You just got
Gordon Ryan and Mo have the $1 million already.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stunt on it. This is probably whoever wins CGI never had $1 million before.
Right.
So you're going to come in there, you'll big dick them.
Yeah.
You're going to walk out. It's literally the movie Troy when he fucking rakes that guy in the neck and he looks at the arm and goes, "Is there anybody else?"
Yeah.
Nobody. Crickets. You walk out, you mic drop, and you fucking have the ADCC championship over your fucking shoulder, and you walk out. You're welcome, ADCC. How is Craig Jones going to troll that?
Yeah, I just
nobody. And then he looks at Craig and goes, "Do you want it?
Yeah.
You got the $1 million? My $1 million for sure, $1 million."
Yeah, that would be wild.
Craig's like, no, I'll take second again. He'll fucking, because he's untrollable. But
yeah.
But like, that's the pimpest move. That's the gangster. That's the way to save ADCC. You heard it here. We're going to make that a clip. I don't get paid at all by any of these jiu-jitsu people. And I need to be.
You could be a writer for an idea man. Let's talk about, since Craig's untrollable, let's talk about the god tier troll that he pulled this last week.
Oh, when he bought the Miata?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Gordon Ryan's Miata joined CJI.
How much did he pay? Because that's fucked up, dude. The guy who bought the Miata from Gordon
won it.
Yeah, he won it.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, dude. Hey.
I'm sure he got cashed out.
He had, because that's fucked up, bro. You know what I mean? You met Gordon Ryan, took pictures with him, took pictures with his fucking chick. I don't know what else you did with her.
Made a little video.
Took pictures with the girl, right? I don't know, and like drove off in your little car. Like, dude, and now, come on, man.
2 years later, selling it to the enemy.
Selling it to the enemy, dude.
But just the way they announced it, that was such.
You have no honor.
That was such top tier, god tier trolling.
He is untrollable. I've said that. You can't go at him for the second place stuff. You can't go at him for gay stuff. You can't go at him at his kids. You don't have any.
Right.
Like, you can't be touched. So yeah, like, there's nothing you can do. You just gotta like accept it and laugh at it with him.
Right.
Gordon Ryan just gets a lot of people hate him now or dislike Gordon Ryan. I think Kenny's one of those people, and that's fine. But like, don't forget why jiu-jitsu is so popular. Jiu-jitsu is, if there was no Gordon Ryan, it would
pale in comparison.
What would we do? We needed Gordon Ryan to be so dominant and so good,
right,
to even create this.
Yeah,
like he has done so much for the game just by being himself and creating, just being whoever he is on his social media presence and being a little awkward. Like, that is what made him so good.
No, I agree with you.
And he is difficult, but he's not like cringy. He's not like Mike Musumeci cringy.
He can be a little bit. Not, I wouldn't say like in his jiu-jitsu presentation, like when he's on a stage and he's in front of a camera. I think he's fine. It's when he does his long winded rants on social media. Like last week, he made some big long post about why he, I don't care what people say in the comments, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was like he wrote multiple paragraphs.
Gordon, Kenny doesn't like that you delete your comments, dude.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
But I just thought it was hilarious. The very first comment at the top was Craig Jones saying, I don't care, but here's 2 pages about why I care.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. Yeah, the only thing that I personally don't care for when Gordon does, when he goes, here's me at 12, look at my abs and my dick. You know what I mean? Like, he always posts pictures of him when he was like a kid.
Oh,
this is me when I'm 15. He's like all shredded. He's like trying to say like, I've always been shredded like this.
No, he wasn't, because I saw him win EBI. I think it was 7 or 8.
He'll be posting pictures of it in the youth.
Yeah.
I'll post them to the Discord, and it was like, he was shredded. There's no doubt.
But he didn't look like he looks now.
No, he's not like 225.
No, he's probably like 180
or less. He was probably like 160. He's like 15.
Okay, I'm talking about like when I saw him as an adult. He was, I
don't care if it's you or not, Gordon. Don't post child photos of yourself, please. Did we talk about what's her name? And McKenzie Dern? I'm just joking. Davies, right?
No.
Fion?
Yeah.
Right?
Fion and...
We talk about that match between her and Dern?
We have not.
I think and it's not gi, it's no gi, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting because Dern is that bitch when it comes to, no pun intended.
Yeah.
She is that girl when it comes to grappling.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen her murk Gabby Garcia.
With her dad, with the father that she has, I don't think that this will be taken lightly. Does it make sense? I think there will be a legit camp for this fight.
But, Fiona is the newness.
Yeah. Is there a size difference there? Like big?
I don't know. I mean, it can't be too much. But Dern fights 135, 145. So it can't be too much. But it comes to question is like, and she's been doing so much striking and so much MMA.
Mm-hmm.
And, Fiona's been doing pure grappling.
Right.
Is there rust? Has she been grappling at that level?
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, I think she'll be fine. I don't think it's going to be like a shutout by any means.
We all heard the crazy interruption last week of the podcast. And if Buchecha does sign,
right,
which, that's what the news says, broke here last week on the crazy thing.
Right.
Is that same thing for him? Has he been grappling enough?
I think so.
And I know so.
Yeah.
I know so.
Yeah.
I know so.
I'm like, we're asking a question we know the answer to.
I know the answer. I'm just trying to be a podcast. I'm trying to make it fun, Kenny. Don't ruin it. Okay? But like, yeah, is his grappling going to be, is there going to be any rust there? Because he's been doing so much MMA.
Yeah, I think I think Buchecha is going to be fine. I'm not worried about that one bit. The Dern's MMA career is a bit longer than his at this point, and her biggest disparity to make up for was her striking. And I think she's gotten significantly better than when she first started. So I do think that there's been quite a bit of energy placed into that, and that's kind of one of the things too where I was kind of scratching my head about the Ruotolo brothers. You know what I mean? Like their grappling is so high level. Now is Dern like one of the Ruotolos where her grappling was so much higher than everyone's that like, if she focuses on striking, they've got such a large gap to catch up that she's not really losing a whole lot. Does that make sense?
Right. I got a fun McKenzie Dern story.
Okay.
And it's probably never been told before because it's kind of under, no one knows.
Okay.
And I don't know if I should be talking about this or not. Oh. But fuck it. Here we go. So McKenzie Dern did have a cup of coffee with Checkmat. And she was part of the squad for a while.
Really?
And
isn't her dad a Hamata guy?
Yeah, but I mean, she's always McKenzie Dern. You know, she jumped. I'm not gonna say about it. I think she was dating one of the guys before she got married the first time.
Gotcha.
Right. So, and I'm hearing this from other people, so I did not witness this, but this is what I heard, and from very, very reputable sources. McKenzie apparently didn't get along with the girls in the Checkmat squad, and then a brawl broke out, and she got kicked off the team, off the Checkmat team. But I'm hearing, you know, McKenzie did very well for herself.
Really?
In the fights.
In the brawl.
I heard like all the girls didn't get along with her. So there's a little story no one knows about, but
yeah.
We'll see if I get in trouble for that one.
I think you left enough out to be fine.
What was that? What's that Instagram called? Checkmat what?
Checkmat Cheesemate.
Checkmat Cheesemate. Did you know about that one? Huh? Put that one on your tea and your freaking memes.
A little update.
What's up with this mic? Why is it running away from me, Kenny?
Because you've got it extended.
Is my breath bad? It's like, no. Like, hey, dude. I keep pushing it back. It's like, I'm running. I'm running.
So a little update on the Checkmat Jiu-Jitsu World League debacle. There's been multiple attempts for there to be a meeting between the higher ups at Checkmat and the higher ups at Jiu-Jitsu World League. Jiu-Jitsu World League has continually dropped the ball on this, and Checkmat is doubling down on its stance of not competing in any Jiu-Jitsu World League competitions as an organization until this is rectified. And they've made a very obvious Instagram post posted from both Checkmat Marietta and HQ. We will not be supporting your next tournament. Checkmat as a whole is out. So it stands to be seen the financial effect that that's going to have on Jiu-Jitsu World League here in the next month or so, and we'll see if that is a source of inspiration for them to finally take that meeting.
A little more onto that news is, so apparently the owner of Jiu-Jitsu World League, Matthew, told Gabe that Leo's been trying to meet up with him, and he told Gabriel, the director, can make all decisions for Jiu-Jitsu World League. Okay. So I guess there was a meeting set up for them to meet, and Gabriel no-showed. He ghosted it.
No shit.
You know?
So had a date and a time.
Well, maybe it's the guy's just going to be a purple belt. Maybe he's just going to be a little late. No, he just never showed.
Yeah.
Never showed for the meeting. I don't know if it was a Zoom call or what it was, or it was like a group thing, but I couldn't really hear good when I was talking to my source, but apparently he ghosted it and never showed. So I don't think it's rectifiable.
Damn.
I don't see Checkmat going back to Jiu-Jitsu World League.
Do you think that this is something where I know that
is Jiu-Jitsu World League going to be fine now without Checkmat? Yeah, it's not gonna bankrupt them.
Right, but do you think that there's other teams? Do you think teams are going to take this and seize it because now it's their opportunity to have an overall points championship for an organization, or do you think that people are going to stand unified with Checkmat?
I would wondering, like, because a lot of these teams come all from like one team and then they branch off. Like, I don't know. I think it was Navanyal, or I don't know what the team's name was, but like they all originally started from there, and then Checkmat was formed, then Autos was formed. Like, it's all from one major team in Brazil. I don't know the name of the team off the top of my head. I'm sorry for that. But I would think that maybe there would be some common ground. Like, we stick with Checkmat. Like, where are the other big teams saying, you know what, that's bullcrap. We stand with Checkmat.
Is it going to take this happening again to another large team before they wake up and say, hey, no, this is twice now. Fuck you guys.
Are you going to, are they thinking, like, because Checkmat's out, like you said, now's our chance.
Right.
To, so you never know. But,
because the points disparity between spot number 1 and spot number 2 in the overall points championships is pretty large. So you take that out and it's a little different story, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think it's rectifiable. I think it's over. I think those days are done. I don't think I competed in the last Jiu Jitsu World League event they're ever going to have.
For Checkmat, yeah.
By Checkmat.
I had it was started as user or a listener question, but it's something I thought would be a neat topic to talk about. And somebody basically wrote in asking what our thoughts on third place, the double third was. He says it feels like a bit of a participation trophy when there's 2 guys standing on the podium for third place. He goes, there should be a match to figure out who is really third place in his opinion, like make the 2 third place guys go head to head. And
it's the cuck medal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're podiumed. I don't know. I never understood the double third.
I've never seen it in anything except for jiu-jitsu.
But yeah, I mean, of course, I guess it's better than 4th, but which is technically 5th, right? But like, I guess, but I mean, and I would proudly stand there and be a double third. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it. It should be like, and it's exactly the same bronze. It's the guy who's standing right next to you. You guys are sharing a box together. You know what I mean? To me, it's like, it should be different. Come up with, it should be like platinum, gold, silver, bronze. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think there should be a match to determine who actually is third place.
I haven't seen it anywhere but IBJJF. Is it because maybe like, hey, these guys are giving a lot of fucking money? It's one match. They made it as far. Let's give double thirds. I'm not mad at it. That guy
World League doesn't do double thirds.
I don't think so.
I guess if you're doing double elimination, then yeah, that makes sense.
They don't. So you could like go and be like, hey, everybody can get on their social media and post and be like, look, it's all good. Got third today.
Right.
No one knows if it's double third or not.
Right. Especially
don't post a podium photo, bro.
If there's only 4 guys in your division.
Right.
Well, who got 4th?
Brutal, dude.
We got a little technique breakdown.
This hand just comes and grabs this right here. And then the elbows come down. That's it. So as far as the leg, you got to grab this.
Yeah.
I don't think they want you to grab, but the most what they want you to do is come here and trap.
My man's going to sleep.
Come over the shoulders.
My man's out. He's sleeping, dude. Come on, bro. Hey, man. Man, shit himself. I was like, yeah, it's legit. Like, but why do you need to grab this fucking? You're already choking him, dude. Just push on his head. But yeah.
So is he using his own lapel?
It looked like, yeah, he had his own lapel, and then he's using the own lapel around, and then he's using
lapel.
He's pulling this
lapel under their neck.
Yeah, and then he's using the other lapel for the fulcrum
on the back.
Yeah,
but yeah, I do get just push on the head. That's
like here's and I don't even have a gi on, but here's the easiest gi choke you can do at lower level. Okay, hooks are in. We're reaching over the neck. We're putting thumb in, deep on the collar up here, across their neck. You take your far hand, you bring it all the way over behind their ear, and you just pull like that.
Knife choke?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I don't know the names of these things, Kenny.
We just learned that last week.
I just know it works until upper belt will shut that shit down, but lower belts, that shit works
Are you talking about? So this one's across, and then this one under their arm.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
So just across, and this one just comes on the outside, and you just push on their ear, pull. It's really stupid. It's really easy.
But effective at lower belt.
Hey, I'll do it, and I'll post it to the Discord.
Okay.
And I'll show a little technique just for the Discord, some basic shit.
There you go.
It's so easy, so dumb.
You know, you said you bought the mic. You should use your mic when you.
Okay.
That will make your audio when you're doing your little breakdowns for your videos so much cleaner. Just clip it on your.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I bought a mic. Ready to go. I got some podcasts doing this week. Discord's coming strong for me. I already know it.
There you go. Hell yeah. That's on that's your record. Is that live? Yeah, it is live.
It's live.
Tuesday. So the day our pod drops. So if you're a morning listener, today at 2:30?
2:30, 3 o'clock, whenever they start.
On the
No, it's Wednesday. I'm sorry.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. So the day
tomorrow.
after.
So the day
tomorrow,
after today. Yeah.
Tomorrow at 3 o'clock Pacific, 2:30 Pacific, I'll be on the Verbal Tap podcast.
Live. On their YouTube.
And I just want everybody to go in there and just type BJJ Balance, BJJ Balance.
Spam
BJJ
the shit out
Balance,
of it.
BJJ Balance, BJJ Balance. Like, what the fuck?
Let them know.
And they'll appreciate it too because you're watching. They got good stuff. It's a good product. It's a good podcast.
Yeah.
Check them out.
Yeah.
They're
No,
nice guys.
it's a neat little setup they got there. It's a different vibe than us. It's not.
I was like, are they ready for me? Are you guys ready for me? I don't know. They're like, know a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And I could just learn who Fion was like a week ago. You know what I mean? They'll be like, do you know?
She was that one girl.
They're like, listen,
months.
there's a Jacob Carter. Oh, yeah, the kid in 6th grade. Yeah. The kid just got a 2nd stripe. He's doing some shit. I'm like, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even know who this guy is.
Yeah. These guys have deep knowledge on some of these people.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm horrible with names. I'm a faces guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Oh, real quick before we dive into these listener questions, shout out Jeff Luffman, Jeff's Jiu Jitsu.
Jeff's Jiu Jitsu. He's like, hey, thanks, bro. He's all, thanks. You've really hooked me up, dude. I
wonder if he's listening to the pod and he's like cutting off the Jeff's Jiu Jitsu quotes out and making like a promo with our
you
audio.
could just make that audio, dude. That's free, bro. You can use it. You can tag us. We'll collab with you. If you can cut all our audio.
He's like, hi, I'm Jeff Luffman of Jeff's Jiu Jitsu.
Listen, I don't know if you're trying to Jeff's Jiu Jitsu, but it's a great organization. Top tier jiu-jitsu. You're not going to get better instruction. Jeff's been at it for years, choking everybody out. He's one of one in a name of millions of Jeffs. He's the one you want to learn jiu-jitsu from. Jeff's Jiu-Jitsu. Check him out.
And that's with a J, not with a G. If it's Jeff with a G, then you got some bootleg jiu-jitsu. Not to be trusted.
No. Jeff with a J.
Guys, here's why your hormones suck. If you're listening to this, then chances are you may be one of countless guys who are struggling to see the results they want in the gym, in the mirror, or even in the bedroom. Most guys are focused on testosterone. However, that's only 50% of the answer. Without adequate growth hormone and its end result, growth factors, you can't optimally absorb the testosterone you have, no matter if it's synthetic or natural. That's where BioPro Plus comes in. BioPro Plus fills in what you're missing out on to help maximize your performance in the gym and even how you look in the mirror without any needles, side effects, or doctor visits, all at a fraction of the cost of synthetic treatments. Over the last few years, BioPro Plus has been taking the medical community by storm as a faster, easier to use, and 100% safe alternative to prescription HGH and peptide treatments. It's become an underground favorite for professional and combat sports athletes and has been featured in Men's Journal, Muscle and Fitness, and even venture capitalist magazines. Simply put, BioPro Plus is getting real guys, real results, really fast. Check them out and enjoy your new look on life. Oh,
Big Steve Q asks, what are your current goals in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
My current goals in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is to be, like I've said before, I just want to make my name. And personally, just in this world, that's my goals. I don't have what in jiu-jitsu. This seems like this is what I'm good at and what I've put my craft into. So that's the best route to do.
Okay.
If I was good,
You're using jiu-jitsu as a vehicle,
if I was good at Legos,
right?
I'd be making Lego memes, and I'd be like just doing some Lego stuff. But I fell in love with jiu-jitsu, and you can make it. There's a way to make money in jiu-jitsu, and I'm not saying I'm in it for the money, but I like money, and I just want to live forever. I want my kids to be talking to me about me at dinner,
right?
And I want to be like, you know what I mean? I want people to know, like, I don't just want to die and just go away.
You ever think about like we've had this conversation.
I also
before.
want a coral belt.
Yeah, that's true. He has mentioned that before.
I want a coral belt. I don't know. I'll be like in my 60s, 70 years old when it happens.
Right.
I don't even know how old. It's like 20 years from now, and I can't even bend my leg. But I want a coral belt.
Do you ever think like think of like OG movies, like first, second era movie stars, and like, you know, their great grandchildren never met them, but they can go back and watch grandpa on the big screen, you know, that kind of a thing.
Right.
That must be neat, you know?
Right. Like I just want to like be able to.
30 years from now, I assume YouTube will still be around and be as large of a much larger entity than it is. Your great grandchildren.
We'll be able to type my name in.
Yeah.
And hear me talk about purple belt pimps
For hours.
There's so much of me talking now.
Right.
There was none 3 years ago.
Right. And now
you had to save a voicemail for me.
Well, even just now in the last 10 months, there's probably 70 hours on our YouTube.
You know when you know
of conversations
when
between
you know
and
somebody that's like getting a little older.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I better save this voicemail.
Yeah.
Because I might never talk to them again, and I need to be able to go back and hear their voice.
You know what? My grandpa, it was a pretty neat dude. I wasn't as close with my grandfather the way that you were with yours.
Okay.
Neat guy, though. Fought in Korean War, fought in World War II, was in the Navy. Growing up, I was always told that he was a cook in the Navy. Turns out he was like a gunner on a fucking battleship.
Steven Seagal.
And so like, yeah, my grandpa was Steven Seagal. And I before I had any of my camera equipment and whatnot, like when I first met my wife, we had been dating for less than a year. And I remember thinking, like, I had a GoPro. I was like, I want to like sit down with my grandpa and like have conversations with him, because I know he's passed away now, but like sit down and like just have some conversations with him, ask him about his past. He's, you know, one of 14 kids, you know, grew up in the Bronx. Like, how do you end up growing up there and ending up in California with 3 kids of your own? You know what I mean? Navy veteran, retired carpenter for the school district in Sacramento, California. Like, you know, hand-built furniture and stuff like that. Like, he was a neat guy that had like a crazy past, but it's just like, I don't remember any of, you know what I mean? Like, I only knew him when he was already old, and it was just like, go there for the summer, go fishing, play board games, camp. And that's kind of it. You know what I mean? But there's like a whole past life in essentially a completely different world than what we live in now. And I remember one time, like, just kind of thinking, like, my grandpa was alive from the point where there was no television and there was radio for entertainment, to where there was black and white TV, to color TV, to HD TV, to 4K TV. That's going to be a fucking wild jump of, like, technology in your lifespan. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, dude.
that's insane.
That's basically why that's my goal. My goal is to be, you know, I want to be able to like just type me in that uncomfortable email, the voicemail. You don't have to save that with me. Like,
Right.
Oh man, my dad called me. He's getting old. I better save this one because I want to be able to hear his voice forever.
Yeah.
Oh, I accidentally deleted. Now I'm horrible. I feel crap. I lost my dad forever. No, you ain't losing Matt. You ain't losing Kenny.
Yeah, we're here.
Just type us in, and I'm putting my foot in my mouth, and I'm talking about farts, and I'm just being a real goofball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I'm here forever, baby. That's my goal. I don't know. And I love doing this.
You know, that's part of the reason why I think when we're having these conversations with each other and whatnot, I think it's important to be our authentic selves. Like, I know that sometimes like we turn it up a notch just for the entertainment value and whatnot, but like what you see is what you get here, folks. Like, there's no fake radio voice here or anything like that. Like
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, you were a DJ. Give us. Hey, my name is.
I'm going to introduce you like a stripper.
Okay. No. Okay. Hey, role play, jiu-jitsu role play. Okay. Okay. I'm a male dancer.
Oh boy. What's your name?
Nitro.
Nitro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Johnny Nitro.
This is going to be better than the Craig Jones impression, I swear, folks.
Johnny Nitro, and I'm coming on the stage, and it's
He's
double.
coming on the
I dipped in the butt, okay?
Brother,
I'm coming all over the place. I'm coming on the stage. And it's a 2-for-1 dance. Hold on. Let me see if I can. I don't know. I'm not that good. Okay, go ahead.
And now, coming up on the main stage, we've got Johnny Nitro. 2-for-1 dances, ladies. Make sure you give him a hand. Coming on the stage, Johnny Nitro.
Yum. Okay. Okay. I don't know if that's probably going to be.
Why do all strip club DJs sound like that?
I don't know.
Circling back to the side stage.
Make sure to tip your waitresses, guys.
Fuck.
Porn star night here at the
Next week, special guest Bridget the Midget.
Ron Jeremy's here. Everybody. Well, he's always there. Ron Jeremy's always at the Rhino, just living there. Not anymore. He's in jail.
Jesus Christ. All right. My current goal in jiu-jitsu. I'm
You want to coach a world champion one day?
yeah, well no, I'm talking about like as far as like right now. So like this last week, we were going over some stuff with Professor Medina, and I did something like in the middle of I pulled like a single leg X, but just like instinctively. And then I asked Jason, I was like, is there like entries to this from half? Because like half is my game currently, but it's like I can't live off a half. I gotta.
Can you believe this guy sits with me for all these hours and he just does not want to learn lasso?
I tried. This last week I tried lasso and I didn't hit it.
Bro, come on, Kenny.
I know.
I'm offering you the friendliest hookup of all time. It's 50 free dollars. Okay? Free.
Yeah. Well,
To help you
next Sunday,
develop a
you wanna do
lasso.
open mat Sunday
Yes,
morning.
we could do it.
All right.
Do it.
All right. Well, Kenny's learning lasso, guys. Sorry. But yeah, that's what I want to expand on my game and any transition, because I'm so comfortable with half, I fall into it. You know? Like I'm so it's there all the time for me.
Half is great.
Just because it's just, but I'm just like, it's like, I feel like I can get half guard on most people. You know what I mean? And then I'm decent with some sweeps from there. So it's like, I want to add on to that. I want to have more than just that, you know? So a lasso, a single X guard, like if I can kind of add those two, now I'm developing a system. And that's where I'm at the point in my game where I want to develop a system for me.
Half guard is dominant. It's a great guard.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best. There's wizards at it. But the reality of half guard is most likely you only roll with the same sex that you're in.
Right.
And most likely throughout your life, if you play half, if your game is all half guard
Mm-hmm.
and you're a male, you've had more balls on your chin than you've had vaginas. And that's just world facts.
Statistically speaking. So, Coach Sonny, what's the best way to leave a gym and go to another town? Love the professor, dislike the owner.
In a car.
I would say, out of respect to the professor, have a conversation with the professor and express your reason for leaving. I think it's important in anything, whether it be jiu-jitsu or your job or anything like that. If you're going to be leaving your working environment because of a toxic personality, let it be known to the people that are above that person or, connected to that person from a management side of things, because if you just leave and don't say anything, the culture's never going to change. It's never going to get any better, and it's going to stay toxic like that. And if you care about the people that you trained with that you're leaving, now it becomes their problem, but there's never any solution to it because nobody ever said anything. And the only way it's ever going to get resolved is if you speak up as well.
For sure. In all honesty, just talk to the professor, not the owner first.
Yeah.
Be like, hey,
I don't think you have to talk to the owner at all. Fuck that guy.
Say, hey, I can't deal with this guy, man. Like, you know, like, I can't. The culture here is just not for me. I love what you teach. I love everything about it. But I just can't, you know.
Yeah, I stuck it out as long as I could.
The professor's gonna say this because I guarantee he'll be like, "Dang, he said that's horrible." Blah blah. He's like, I guarantee that professor probably wants his own school someday.
Right. Yeah.
So there's a good chance that he's good. I've never seen a professor just coach at a school and then never get his own school.
Right. Like that's his not,
because guess what? Say the coach is a purple.
Right.
And the professor's a black. The owner's a purple and the professor's a black. Eventually that owner's going to be a black and that professor's out of a gig.
Right.
So like that's, you know, that placeholder black belt that's coaching that's what he is. Even he's a placeholder till the guy becomes up. Because why are you going to pay a black belt when you are a black belt?
Right.
Right. So, and you're getting tutelage on how to run a school from that professor. So there's a good chance the professor will be like, hey man, hold off. Like a year, I'm going to, you don't know.
Right.
For sure, talk to him and just tell him like, hey man, like I love what you teach, but right now I can't deal with this guy. If you ever decide to open your own gym,
I'd love to come back.
I would love to try it.
Yeah.
You can't promise that because you might fall in love with the new place you go to.
Right.
But you can be like, just let me know. I consider you a friend. I appreciate everything you've taught me. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
The professor is getting paycheck either way. It's not affecting his top end because he's probably on an hourly salary.
Right.
And it's only going to hurt the owner.
Noni.jpg, In-N-Out or Whataburger? This is easy. Whataburger's trash.
I've never had a Whataburger.
I have in both Texas and Arizona. It sucks. I will fight anybody that disagrees with me on this. And I'm not saying In-N-Out is like the king of hamburgers by any means, but In-N-Out is 10 out of 10 better than Whataburger 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Fuck Whataburger. I'm standing on it.
This is why In-N-Out is so good. There's better burgers out there, like you said.
Yeah.
Five Guys is a better burger.
Yeah.
But for one person, it's freaking $87. You're spending a lot of money. Bang for your buck. I can buy my whole family burgers and fries with custom burgers and custom whatever at In-N-Out, and it's $32. Doesn't matter if it's for 97 people or 3 people. It's $32. I don't know how that works out, but I spend $32 every time. It doesn't matter. Just myself, $32. You're based at $32 In-N-Out. And they're so good with customer service there. Yeah. I have never I don't even check the bag. I know it's right. It's never wrong.
Yeah.
It's never wrong.
Yeah.
I never. They forgot to put my fucking fries in here. No, they never mess up. They're never understaffed. Where the guy's working the window and he's cooking at the same time.
Yeah.
And then he fucks up in your order. No, there's a guy just for the window.
Yeah.
There's 3 guys just for the window.
Yeah, right.
And a guy outside.
Yeah.
Like they're so overstaffed that you never have a mistake. That's why they move so fast. The line could be in like
40 cars deep, and you're
going to be there in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So In-N-Out, just on service and bang for your buck is the best burger you can get.
Ronzilla Grappling. Why do gi people talk smack about no gi people? I don't see it the other way here.
Well, Ronzilla, you don't see people saying, "What are you wearing fucking pajamas for?"
Yeah,
that just don't work in the street. What are you talking about? It's completely the other way around. No gi guys talk crap about gi guys because they don't think it's beneficial art to use, and they want to be able to tell their girlfriends that they're high level because there's no belt around their waist. That's the truth.
I think if you listen to this program, you might believe that that you're correct in that. I think Matt lays into no gi extra hard
because so many people lay into gi. Yes.
Yeah. He's making up for lost.
I like no gi.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's fun. It's slippery. It's wet. You know what I mean? It's like slapping heads.
Coming on the stage.
You know what I mean? Here it comes. Like it's you know, it's all that. But like gi's like it's the same sport, you know what I mean? But like, gi's gonna get it's the traditional way.
Mark Legaction, if you woke up and decided to cold turkey on BJJ, what would you do from now on? Like, what would be your placeholder if you didn't have jiu-jitsu? Can't be basketball because the knees are fucked.
What would be what would I do?
I'd shoot.
You'd shoot guns.
I would shoot guns. I would just be more involved in shooting. I would shoot more.
It's not pickleball because I've shit on that so much that like I don't know if I could ever show up on the court.
I can't.
I'm not old enough.
My wife has friends keep asking us, and I'm like, I have no desire to do that.
Your boy,
it's really fun.
I used to play video games a lot.
Yeah.
If I didn't have jiu-jitsu, I'd probably be on the sticks a lot more.
I could see you streaming. You have the personality for that.
Streaming games.
Yeah.
I mean,
you ever watch like a Nick Merckx?
I got really mad. So I was playing. So believe it or not, for all you gamers out there, I used to play Battlefield 2 a lot. And I was like ranked like top 100 at one time as a shooter.
Okay.
And I was in a clan. And we had a clan and we'd have clan matches. This is before like you could actually have a clan match. You had to set them up on a computer and then meet in a lobby. It was like some old school stuff. And I even played Rainbow Six 3. Like I was like all about it. And then I started training more and I got into my jiu-jitsu selfish phase and I quit gaming.
Right.
And then I went back and played and like I was getting murked by like 10-year-olds and I was still doing pretty good, 50-point rounds, whatever. But then I was like getting killed in certain spots and I'm like, oh my God. I was like 27. I was like 18-year-old Matt, what the fuck, never got killed like that. Like I lost it. Like, and what I'm hearing is there's a prime for video games.
Oh yeah.
Reaction
time
and I do like the freaking guy, the Dr. Disrespect guy, but apparently
he's a chumma.
Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm sure you did, huh? That's like I bet you have a whole different memes and shit with all your other friends about that, huh?
I think Nate actually sent me the original article.
But I heard he came out and he was like, yeah, I did text some kids.
Yeah. So,
but he's like, but I didn't do anything wrong or something.
He said something like there was never any pictures sent and there was never any malintent behind it, but maybe there was some conversations that shouldn't have been, or that were maybe inappropriate. And it's just like, well, you just admitted fault there. So he's saying, yeah, it's bad, but it's not as bad as you think it could be. And it's just like, it's still bad. We're having inappropriate conversations with a fucking minor, dude.
You're not going to find that here.
No, zero.
I don't even like.
No.
Mm-mm. I don't. Mm-mm.
No. I'm a father of 3.
There is not a bird in this world that's worth half my stuff. And then my wife starts dating Jeff. Okay.
Jeff Jiu-Jitsu making a fucking.
And then all of a sudden my daughter's young. Yeah. And then all of a sudden Jeff's been around for 15 years now and she's going to get married. She's like, Dad, you and Jeff's been around. Can you both walk me down the aisle? Yeah. Fuck no. No. Yeah. I will not.
I will fight Jeff.
I will not.
But yeah, no, I get it.
I'm coming on stage. That's it. Maybe that's what I'll do if there was no jiu-jitsu. Just start dancing. Start dancing on stage.
There will be a rash guard that says coming on stage.
Oh, shit.
Goaty 87 asks, when you're a black belt, does your dick just grow 5 inches bigger? Question from a white belt.
Goaty, as a fellow white man myself, I also was wondering the same thing. And when I became a black belt and I unzipped and I looked down, breaking news. Fuck no. Shit's the same. So my advice to you, Goaty 87, is lean back. Give her an extra half inch. Os.
That's going to wrap up this episode, brother.
All right, guys. That one got a little weird at the end. Follow Aim for the Bushes. Follow me at Host Nation BJJ. Follow Kenny at Freak Party BJJ. He's gonna post up on TikTok eventually and BJJ Balance podcast there. Follow the BJJ Balance podcast on the Discord, YouTube. We've kind of reached a little bit of almost. We there yet? Monetized? Close? Maybe.
We just need the followers.
We just need followers.
Subs is all we need. We're at watch hours. We already capped that. We're money there. And that's the hardest usually.
And for you guys who are watching YouTube, thank you. Because the algorithm is catching us.
Yeah.
And our views are going up. Like, you guys have really, really, really helped us out a ton. So follow us on all our socials. Follow us on all that other kind of good stuff. Screen grab you guys listening to the podcast. Tag us so we can share it. So my name's Matt. It's Kenny. Aim for the Bushes. Oh.